welcome back. This is Macaro Siding, my N-scale layout, and my name is Dave. Last week you saw where the dam was going to go in on the river with the paper mill, and I used foam putty to build the rock face. Today we're going to paint that rock face. We have to do every one of these things in an order of operations in order for it to work properly. So, but before that, I want to show you something that also belongs in the dam area. This is the base for the actual power plant, the building. Let me go and switch to doing that. There we go. That's what I wanted. So this is the base for that building. What I did was I took a scriber that's used for scribing lines on models. It's a Tamiya product, and I painted the surface with cement colored paint, and then I scribed in the sections to make it look like it was laid in different sheets. I think you can just barely make out the lines there. And then on the front wall and the side wall, I laser engraved a brick pattern, and then I used my airbrush and I painted it with a concrete color and then a green color to sort of simulate that it might be quite mossy because it's been around for quite some time. I think it's probably still the original building at the Dontar plant, so it would be a long time coming. So this is going to go on to the layout where I sort of gave you a quick look last week. The other thing about this is I want to show you a new tool I got. This was a Kickstarter. This is a tiny drill press. And you might ask, well, why do you need a tiny drill press? Well, to drill tiny things, basically. So what I have here is again, that surface. And I have some etched brass. I think you can see it. If I lift it up here, you'll see it against the dark. And it comes on a sheet like this. I painted the whole sheet yellow. And then along one edge, it's got a series of holes that match up with the fence itself. So you have to drill all these holes out. So there's holes drilled along this surface and along this surface. And so then I can take the fence and voila, there it is. It is, I have a black piece of paper here? Yes, I do. I'll try to make sure. You can see that there is a fence that's now sitting there, and that fence is going to go all the way around. Around this base plate for the power plant. So next week we will probably be actually putting the dam in place and finishing the water effects there at the dam. And then the week after that we'll be finishing off the power plant building and the files and things that are necessary to get made to make the whole thing seem to be a working, functioning power plant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over and we're going to go to where we were last week. There you go. You can see the oops, hold on. There. You can see the rock face is dried. The foam putty dries rock hard in about 24 hours. I just left it overnight, and it seems to have dried up hard enough that we can go ahead and paint it. So I'm just going to give you a quick demo of how I paint rock faces like this. I use just a very inexpensive craft paint and some wood dyes for or wood stains is I think is what they're actually called. It's more like a dye when I use it. Excuse me, that cold's still having an effect on me. And then we use also grout powder to add some features to the rock as well. So I'm going to walk over there now, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm just making sure the camera's working. So we have the rock face done along here. It's only done up to here. I've got I assembled the bridge. Now this bridge is a totally 3D printed model. I designed it in I think I designed it in Tinkercad, which is a very simple CAD program that uses a web interface, so you don't have to download software or anything. You just have to sign up for a Tinkercad account, and you can start modeling yourself. And I've seen lots of people online who are making wonderful and complex models with Tinkercad. So if you've got yourself a 3D printer and you think you can do a little bit of drawing and imagination, and it's going to make a big difference. This bridge goes, I'm just going to put it in place and then swing the camera over so you can see. So the bridge, oops, I gotta unlock this. There we go. And the bridge goes right there. But for today, we're going to concentrate on painting this rock face. Now again, I went to my favorite hobby shop, the dollar store, and they sell crafter's paint. And I have a burnt umber, a white, a tan, and a black one that I've already made into a wash. I also have this wood stain. It's whole wheat is what the color is, and we're going to give it a shot too. It is water based, so it's going to work with this acrylic paint. So I'm just going to climb up on my little bench here, and we're going to get started. Whoa, there we go. I'm getting old and creaky climbing up and down on this bench all the time. There'll come a day where I don't have to, but right now I do. Okay, so in this drinking cup I have now I'm going to keep a rag handy, because I don't want it to I don't want to damage the river. I'll just keep cleaning it, make sure it doesn't. I'm quite pleased with the way the putty worked. I wasn't sure it was going to be effective. Now this is just a base color. This is sort of to and the paint seems to be soaking in. Oh. There we go. So that's the first coat done there. So all I'm going to do now is take a little container, and I think we'll go with this bird umber here. And we're going to pour them. And we'll just so that's watered down paint again. So now we're just gonna it's just a stippling effect, just basically now I am going to use my own sculptor mold across the top here eventually. And okay, now I'm just going to put this brush in here for a minute. And I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to move some of this stuff so I can put my hand down. There we go. And now we're just going to for some reason, it almost seems like the paint and the water are making the foam putty soften again, which I was not expecting. When I use my own sculptor mold, it dries rock hard, and it doesn't matter what you do to it. It pretty well doesn't soften up again after you've used it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another container here, and I'm going to take the wood stain, and I'm going to grab this brush again, and just going to step down here for a second and see how this looks in the camera. First I'm going to wipe up the excess here. So just give me a sec here to step down. Okay, so you can see that's pretty effective. So now the next step that I do is I use grout on the rock surface. So I have a makeup brush. Trying to keep my arm out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move that up there, then you can see it a little bit better. So all I'm doing is getting some dust on the brush, and then coming and dropping it on the surface. And because the paint's still wet, it sticks, and it gives you this nice texture. Right, now we're going to switch over to a lighter color. Come back with a little bit more dark here. I'm just looking around for. No, that's good. I think we're pretty well done. I'm going to let this dry. And you can see it doesn't take much effort to get something that looks fairly textured and rock colored. Now the one thing I may come back with is an India ink wash and just put a couple of drops to give us some dark cracks in the rock face. But I think for what I'm hoping for the way this looks later, I think we'll be okay. So I'm just going to zoom in here so you can see how up close what it looks like. And then we'll come back because I'm going to take a picture of it. All right. So what's going to happen next week is the dam is going to go in here like this. I'm just going to make sure I'm actually showing you the dam. Yes, I am. Okay, it's right here. And I'm going to feather this cotton batten into this base. And I have a product that has glass beads in it that I'm going to be able to use to paint to bring the white water further down the river itself. And I actually have, again from the dollar store, some beads, some clear beads that I'm probably going to sprinkle a bit on here. All of the little bumps and lumps that you can see, that's Noch snow. Woodland Scenic also makes it, snow, but I prefer this stuff. And so next week we're going to have that finished. We pretty well got this done. I've got to do my own sculpt mold up top here. And we will be working solely on the dam next week. So that's it for this video. I'm just going to go back to the studio and do my goodbyes. And so as you can see, it's coming along.